Hi folks, I have great news to share because an official Chinese agency just registered a new Sony camera model, and I'm 100% sure this is the A9III, and I'm going to explain you why in a very short moment. But before that, please take 2 seconds time to subscribe to the channel, hit the notification button to not miss any of my upcoming videos. 2 days ago, a Chinese public agency registered a new Sony camera model with the code WW559681, and the only detail that we'll learn from that registration is that it supports 5.1 and 2.4G, and usually this means that it's a mid to high-end camera. Low-end cameras from Sony only have 2.4G, like the ZV-12 that has been announced a couple of months ago. So those are the only facts we learned. We have a new camera model that has been registered, and it's a mid to high-end model. And I'm 100% sure this is for the Sony A9III for 2 main reasons. First of all, trusted sources already told me that the A9III will be announced between late November and early January 2024. The second reason is that I got some people, readers from Sony of Rumors, that actually saw the camera by accident, and I will make a video about that within a couple of days or max 1 week, because it's quite a curious story. Another interesting thing we can learn from the registration is that usually it takes for Sony from 2.5 up to 4 months to announce the camera after it has been registered in China. You can see the table here with the previous camera announcement, and if you make the math, this means that between end of November and early January we should get that new mid to high-end camera that I think is the Sony A9III. It actually matches what I got from my trusted source, that the camera will be announced by between November and January, so this is definitely going to be the A9III. And just a reminder, there were a couple of camera codes registered back in June. Those are the codes, and those cameras still haven't been announced. All those 3 cameras have 2.4G. Could be that one of those 3 models is the just announced LR1, but I'm really not sure about that. I know the LR1 is a $3,000 camera, but it's also a very kind of niche specialized camera that maybe doesn't need the 5.1G. So we have to see what those 3 cameras are really about. I think one is the LR1 and the other 2, I don't know, maybe some kind of other niche camera, or maybe it has to do with the Burano announcement. To wrap it up, what's definitely sure, between November and January we will get a new mid to high-end camera according to the registered code in China, and what I'm 100% sure from a rumor point of view is that this is the A9III. So again, like this video to help me in the YouTube algorithm, and what's more important, subscribe and hit the notification button, because I promise you to share more A9III details after the Sony Burano announcement on Tuesday. And I hope that in time I will be able to get exact info about that amazing new stacked sensor the A9III will use, because like I told you many times before, this will be Sony's fastest E-mount full-frame camera ever made, which means fastest autofocus, fastest frame rate, and fastest everything. And it's definitely going to use a new sensor, so it's not going to use the old 24 megapixel sensor of the A9II. That's a good news that I can already share you now. So I'm really looking forward to it, and of course also expect some kind of new lens announcement along, of course, the 300mm gem. There will be other lenses to come. So pretty exciting time ahead in autumn. See you soon, folks.